Hey, Soul Tribe. Tracy here with Sweet Spot e-magazine. Thank you so very much for the likes, the shares, views, and subscribes, comments, donations, everything. I appreciate it all. Let's go ahead and ring this bell. Let's clear out this energy and let's see what the message the Spirit has for us this evening. Something is going to happen until the bitter end. Confirmation. Somebody didn't count on it. Let's see what the message is. Bottom of the deck, balance. Things are coming into balance after a period where someone did not actually choose wisely. They didn't choose the way that they should have gone. In fact, they deceived themselves. They truly deceived themselves with exactly how strong they were. And they did this up until the day that you decided to stand your ground. What's the message? Ooh. Somebody should have said something. There was something that somebody needed to talk about. And now it was almost like this person, was in their pride, in their ego phase. Hey, behaving. It's like somebody, they should have talked about something, but they were just so full of themselves. Like, I'm right. I know what's right. Even though something wisdom was trying to tell them that if they wanted this new beginning, especially that something that would affect their own household, and if they wanted this positive movement forward, then they needed to express something. But instead of doing what they knew they needed to do, Sasha, if you don't get from underneath this table, girl, they chose not to. Then it was getting ready to be some disruption, especially because they were so egotistical, thinking they were standing their ground on something they felt they were 100% right. But guess what? They were 99% wrong. Let me move my drink just in case she thinks she's a little dog. She's pretty big. She tries to squeeze up underneath the table. But I'm saying this lovingly, sweetheart. She's looking at me like, excuse me. Yeah, somebody they didn't follow what their guides were trying to tell them to do. Instead, they allowed themselves, their lives to be disrupted. She left. What's the message? What's the message? All this commotion, all this disruption. Instead of them doing what they needed to do, they allowed every little thing to get in the way. And now they're having this emotional withdrawal because of the truth that came out. The truth that they know ignited some type of passion that they knew they should have said something a long time ago. What's the message? Hey, Yanni, how are you? Thank you. Goodbyes back to you. Yeah. Somebody right now, they feel trapped in fear. And it's because of a situation of their own making. Like I said, this person, their third eye was trying to open, was trying to lead them to the way for them to have victory and success, for them to follow that passion ignited, that feeling inside of their burning their heart so that they could have balance. This person decided that they didn't want to, that they thought that prosperity was going to begin elsewhere. And now they're having that emotional withdrawal. Now, where they're at, they're experiencing that discontent and that boredom, and they're having to deal with the decision that they made, their shadow side. They're looking at you and they're seeing that you right now are experiencing material harvest, even though you had to do it alone. And they were around all these people that they knew that if they just aligned with all these people, that they would get ahead. And what they're realizing is they're further back, further worse off than before they started. And they're looking at you. And even though yours took a long time coming, you knew that you were covered, that you were spiritually covered. And now this person, they're sitting here and they're suffering in silence and they're waiting. They don't want to be the one to reach out. They don't want to be the one to say, I'm sorry, even though they are the ones who are experiencing the heartache and loss because they refuse to allow their heart chakra to open. This is the person that is realizing it's time for them to transform from those devilish ways, from that pride, from that ego, from that winning at all costs, from that no loyalty, from that not saying something when they should, and not saying something and saying less than when they do say something that they shouldn't. This person is understanding it's up to them to transform, but it was never up to you to make sure that they had that happy, happy, happy life. But that's their journey. That's their burden to carry. Someone is going through some changes. Not only are they going through material and financial changes, right now they're also experiencing that emotional loss. Everything that they lost, everyone that they lost, just by fucking around with the wrong one. The one that their intuition, their spirit guides, and spirit all warned them and said no. But they felt that they knew better. They left you. They left you alone. It didn't make a difference what you was going through. It didn't make a difference if you was sick, if you was broke, if you was lonely, if you was feeling like you didn't know what you was going to do. They left. They said, you'll figure it out. You'll find your way. And now you are receiving the recognition and reward for finding your way. This person is saying that not only did you make wise decisions, not only did you make balanced choices, and not only did you take everything with measured movement, but you did it alone. This person was supposed to have been there to help you along the way. And in turn, you would have been helping them. But instead, they allowed themselves to be knocked off their game, to be dethroned, to be disrupted, to allow any and everything to come in the middle of what was most important first. Now this person is looking at you and they're feeling a certain type of way. Not only do you gain the victory, not only is everyone looking at you like job well done, not only is spirit raining down blessings among blessings upon blessings for you for staying true to who you are, but everyone is recognizing who you are. The truth teller, and you are not afraid to stand your ground. Hey, Demarie. Hey, Addie, how are you? Hi, Pergory, how are you? Yeah. Someone wasn't using their intuition. They weren't allowing themselves to, think outside of the box. They were blocking off their intuition and they didn't almost, they missed it with you. But this is where love begins. Not an option, not something that you can say yes to or no to or pick up and drop whenever you want. This is where love begins. And if you don't have this, then this is where your love ends. Someone is understanding that now. They're understanding that they have to stay open. They have to open up their crown chakra so that they can receive the messages. They have to stay prayerful. They have to stay, understanding that spirit speaks in the gentlest of whispers, not in the loudest of roars. Someone wants that again. They want that balance with you again. They want that harmony with you again because they know that when they were with you, they experienced a balanced material and spiritual prosperity because you helped them to remain balanced. But once again, this person, they thought they knew better. They thought that they were smarter. They thought that they had all the answers. Bottom of the deck, the fool. Someone feels like a fool. They feel like they squandered and lost everything. Like they just went to the casino. They had walked in with $20,000 and they left with their last $2. I feel like somebody needs your help. I feel like they feel that you're the only one that they can come to. But whatever it is, they know they have to bring some type of apology. Not some type of apology. They have to bring a heartfelt apology. Not just the apology. They have to bring the want to do better. The want to want better. The want to be more justified in their actions and in their reactions. So I want to see it now that those tricks and those games that they played, they didn't do them any justice. They actually made people go away. And now this person understands what this relationship is about. But this person is understanding the hard way, especially whenever this cycle is over. There's no going back. Now this person is sitting here trying to plan for the future. And what can they plan for? Because they don't know. They're just trying to ask God right now to show them the way. I feel like at the first time in this person's life, this person is ignoring the outside noise and just paying attention to that cup. They're just focusing on the path that God is highlighting and saying, fuck off to the other path. For the first time, this person wants all the confusion to end so that they can see clearly now the rain has gone. They want to be able to see all of the obstacles in their way. And yes, I am reciting the words of that song. But this person, they feel that they need healing. They're tired. They were fighting a battle that they didn't even have to fight. It wasn't even their war. But this person is one of the casualties, one of the people that ended up getting hurt. All because somebody else wanted to try and trade destinies, trade places with someone else that they were jealous of, all because somebody else thought that they wanted the smoke. Somebody tried to take you out. They didn't want you to be there. They didn't want you to be the chosen one. They didn't want you to be their choice. So this person came and they was trying to put on all the wonderful moves, and they did all this traveling. They was trying to put on all the schmooze moves. But they didn't let somebody know that they had been stalking them already, and they knew exactly what to say, what to do. They was a thief trying to come in the night. They had already been stalking this person. And they knew that this person was younger and would have no idea what they was after. They was trying to make it seem like they was trying to be maybe somebody that they could follow, knowing that this was somebody that was young-minded, but they had what somebody wanted. So what they did was they let this person straight into battle. Said, "Here, go get him, tiger." and somebody went in. Now that same person that went in and did all that, they're realizing that they fought against an earth angel. Did they actually try to take out an earth angel? Excuse me. Now someone wants some deliverance. Now someone wants to go back home. Now they want to have that equal partnership, that give and take, even though they understand that they didn't really give to you except for burden, except for stress, except for a heavy burden to carry. And they're thinking about who they worked with and what they worked on, who they worked with, and what they worked on, thinking that this was going to get them what they wanted. But instead, it didn't. Now they're sitting here thinking about yesterday, and then they're looking at themselves today. And it hits different. It hits real different. Now the judgment is here. Now that, who is this? Archangel Michael fighting this war? Is standing right here. Now that this judgment has been called, and someone is paying attention to how they chose to ignore their intuition, chose to ignore what their God spirit was telling them, what was the right way and what was the wrong way. And so this person decided they wanted to go the wrong way. Although they worked hard, no matter what they worked on, it wasn't going to work. And in the end, what they did to you was done to them. Now this person is understanding they didn't have all the answers. They didn't know everything. They wasn't up on their street game. And there was a lot that they was not looking at when it came to this family. They wasn't looking at that somebody was out there purposely trying to cause commotion. Somebody did not go within. They refused to go within and recognize that snake when that snake was right in front of them. They listened to somebody's lies instead. Even when somebody that they loved and loved them tried to defend themselves, even when that person who gave them nothing but love defended their own name, this person still chose to believe the lies, the deceit, the trickery. Just because there were more than one liar. Covens always have more than one witch. What's the message? Yeah, somebody is kicking themselves because they feel responsible because they know the truth. The truth is like, you know what? They feel stupid. They feel stupid. This is somebody who knows the truth, knew the truth, was told the truth, but still went around acting like the lie was still the truth. That's what insane people do. That's what people who have a hard time with a grip on reality do. They stay in that lie bubble. Someone had a hard time accepting the truth. Someone had a hard time accepting that, you know what, somebody else was right and that person is their wish fulfillment. Somebody had a hard time looking at themselves, thinking of how long they've been doing something. Sometimes it's hard to look at yourself, especially whenever you know the truth, but you still want to act like you don't know the truth. Somebody's trying to act like, how did I miss it? Because you wanted to miss it. You didn't want to see it. You wanted to prove a point. And the point is, you're slow. Now somebody sees that they should have left something alone long time ago. Because people ain't looking at you like you've done something wrong. They're looking at that person like they are for real slow. Because that person tried to make it seem like it was you. They tried to make it seem like it was you, and now they have no choice but to let that shit go. Especially when everyone in the entire town thinks they ass is slow. Sometimes you just have to accept the shit that you do now. And when it's time to let it go, it's time to let it go. Yeah. Somebody had everything that they wanted. That family, they had everything that they wanted, but they allowed somebody to come in, kind of mind fuck them, give them all these lies, do all these tricks and all these mind fuck alibis, and then now this person is finding out that they wasn't as smart or as experienced as they thought that they was, and here they are worrying because not only was they tricked out of their money, they was tricked out of their spot, they was tricked out of their relationship, they was tricked out of everything, they was tricked. And whereas they had that 10 of Pentacles, now their ass only got 4, and they barely holding on, trying to find out if there's a way they can get more. See, somebody see everything. Now they see everything in a totally different light. Now they see, oh, that motherfucker was lying to me. Light bulbs is going off. Ding, 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 ding. Hey, J. Mike. There. Somebody's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I did this. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. What is it that you cannot believe? Because you was the one that was doing it. Just because you had an out-of-body experience doing it, it was still you. You remember the shit. You just didn't know how that shit was going to come back. You just didn't know that the God was looking at you like, oh, Lord, I got to write this one down too. Fuck. So hoping they wouldn't do that. Hoping that she would pass that one up. But no. You see, that one got some extra weight to it. Now somebody want to be in regret. Dear God, please forgive me. I didn't know. I didn't know I was lying when I was lying. I swear I didn't know I was lying. I didn't know that I was coercing somebody to go in because I was doing all these stupid ass tricks on them because I didn't know how that shit was going to come back on me. See, now somebody, they're awake. Their mind is clear. Their heart is open. Now they understand they owe you a big ass apology for trying to take your ass out. And don't come with no little cup of emotion. You better come with the whole motherfucking ocean. Somebody know they have to work hard to get back into your good graces in order for there to be any level of trust again, because they know they broke it all. They broke it all, especially whenever you had to complete this cycle without they ass because they acting like they want to hold back. You had to let them know, hold back. But get the back there while you holding your ass back. Ain't nobody worrying about you holding back. You must not know who I am. Not knowing that I'm a direct descendant of Yosemite Sam. What's the message there? Okay. So it's those people that think that they got you. You ain't got me. Shit, you ain't even got yourself. I know you ain't got me. Shit, you trust and believe you ain't got me. Trust and believe. See, somebody feel like a fool because all that shit that they threw out was coming back on them. They threw it to you. You was like, bypassed it. It did the motherfucker double, triple check. Boomerang went right on back to them. Double reverse, double Jedi mind trick. Here you go, bitch. Thought you was gonna get me. No. Now somebody's trying to plan their next move. Now somebody done grown the fuck up. Now somebody want to be an emperor and they want to go, just tell me the way, Lord. Just tell me the way. Shit. God was trying to tell you the way whenever you was listening to this witch. God was like, I said no. Your ever left. Go to the get your knuckleheads. Get to the left. You know? Somebody like, oh no. And I feel like this could have been two people that was working together, trying to create some type of imbalance. One was trying to control some money, and the other one was trying to do some mind fuck shit on somebody, or sex magic or some shit like that. Confirmation. Damn. Somebody was getting it on both ends. This the same from other person talking about somebody can't be manipulated. Are they getting it on both ends? They money and their pockets. Yeah, this person was getting no love because they refused to accept the truth. They was doing the mental gymnastics trying to break out to accept a lie. Yeah, these people was like, yeah, they was like, yippee yeah, yo, this motherfucker is too slow. Oh, we like it when he come around. Cause this motherfucker act like a clown. They was taking the money. They was like, oh, we like you. They was like, oh, let me give them all my money. They said they like me. Hey, Let me tell you what days I get paid. And let me show you my W-2 so you know exactly what to expect. Wait a minute, though. That's not it. I also work a part-time job. Mm-hmm. On the weekends, I ride my bike and I deliver newspapers. Shh. That's how I get all these ones for you. Mm-hmm. See, somebody feels stupid now. Once they had to go within, now they was like, let me take my dumb ass on. Let me take my dumb ass on. Because I see they ain't nothing but snakes. Let me take my dumb ass on. Somebody see that they was building up to absolutely positively nothing. And when judgment was called, they was the one that was broke. A broke joke. Here you are looking, I am strong, strong, I am invincible. I am woman, hear me roar. You know, or whatever. Looking strong and shit. And this person thought they was getting ready to juggle you. Now they can't look at you enough. They upset that they juggled you. Look at that sky. Look at that sky. Them dark emotions. And look at that face. Sitting there spying at you. They can't. Mm-mm. All because they didn't want to give to you. All because they didn't want to give to you. All because they wanted you to be overburdened. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Now this person is understanding exactly how they was acting. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Guess what? Everybody else see exactly how your little ass was acting too. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Anything else, Spirit? Please subscribe. I'm trying to get to 5,000. Thank you. Anyway, come on, Spirit. What's the message? What's his message? What's the rest of the message? Give it to me. Give it to me. Give it to me, Spirit. Give it to me. Don't hold nothing back. Names, address, phone numbers, social security numbers if you had to. Only good credit, social security numbers if you have to. That's all I'm asking. See, somebody thought they was gonna make you suffer, that they was gonna give you just a little bit, and you know that's gonna give everybody else the rest. No, baby, no, baby. Now they see they done took that ass out there. They done got that ass handed to them on a platter, couple times. They done got that ass beat good and proper, like Jet Li, Bruce Lee, all the Lees, plus, you know, whoever else is good in black belt. You know, they really wanted this smoke, but this motherfucker's looking right now like, please, I don't want this smoke no more. I don't want no smoke. In fact, I don't even like fire. In fact, I don't even like cooked food no more. I don't want nothing with no heat. Nothing. Please, please. I just want to be healed. I just want to be healed. I just want to come home to my family. I just need y'all. You, little May, little Ray, Johnny Mac. I need you to come home to my family. You and the kids. Someone's like, yeah, I understand where I went wrong. I understand where I went wrong, especially when that shit came back on my ass. That's when I said, oh, hold up. Wait a minute. This karma about to put some funk up in it. I done messed up. I done messed up big time. Someone's like, that's when I realized. When I kept hearing that word, I thought it was that song. But it wasn't that song. It was karma letting me know she coming. She kept saying, Damn. Now I'm putting two and two together. Damn it. Got to be more careful. Got to be more careful. I thought it was the song. I went out. I downloaded that shit. See, somebody knows the karma is coming. They just don't know when. Somebody feel like they need to come to you. They need to come to you because they definitely see everything in a different light. Because they seeing how this person, did have control over them and was encouraging them to do all this reckless shit, And now that this person is clear thought, clear heart, and knows what's important and is grounded. Now this person wants to start over. They want this new beginning. Now this person wants to fight for you. Fight for everything that you don't even understand what they fighting for, but they ready to fight for you. Kick ass, take name, and everything else. See, spirit had to get up in this person's face, up close and personal. It was like, let me tell you something, motherfucker, and grab him by the collar. Let me tell you something, little young motherfucker. I'll fuck you up. I'm spirit, but you know what? I carry a big belt. I knock you around and you can't do nothing. Because when I start knocking you around, you won't know where it's coming from, but I'm going to knock that ass. See? That's when somebody was like, oh, damn, I'm sorry. Sorry, God. I don't want no head slaps. That's all they could think about. Because they sure can't see them. Yeah, all you know is like, you don't know if that's the wind blowing or if that's a hand coming around. And you don't want to be like ducking for all that shit because people be like, damn, what they ducking at? It's just the wind. Why they acting so weird? You be like, what's the message? What is the message? What is the message? Okay. Yeah. Somebody's done with the tricks. They don't want no more tricks. They don't want no more magic because they sure the fuck don't want no more smoke. They sure the fuck don't want no more smoke. They want to put that battle to the background. They don't even want you to remember that battle. They just want you to think about the good times. They don't want that shit. They're like, listen. They're looking at that shit. They're like, get that shit away from me. Burn it. Burn it and bury the ashes. 12 feet deep. And then cover it up with wolf mane. And some other shit. Whatever else you need to cover that shit up. Google that shit and then do it. I can't touch that shit. I'm allergic. Somebody like, yeah, I don't want no parts of that shit. They bathe in holy water and shit. The Florida Water Company thinking, damn, are they having a convention or something? Somebody's ordered like 3 or 4 vats of just Florida water so they can just like hang out in it for a couple hours. They draining that shit and then they filling the tub up with more Florida water. And that shit stank. That stank. And somebody walking around smelling like Florida water. If you ever smell, if you know, you know. If you ever smell Florida water, you know, you know. It's not actually the Florida water. See, somebody was so shocked. They thought you was going to be all alone and heartbroken. Hell no, they looking over the fence and they see you like, is she throwing a party over there? What the fuck is that? What the fuck is going on? Yo, hey, yo, Karen, I'm over here. What the hell you partying over there? And who are all these damn people? You supposed to be crying that I'm not over there with you. Yo, hello, can you not hear me? Somebody is healed like a motherfucker. She was like, somebody was like, Karen, there's somebody over there. She's like, who? Over where? Over there. They're yelling and stuff. She's like, who is that? I think it's Roger. She's like, tell the DJ to turn the music up. She done. She good. Somebody is pissed off because they feel like she see me. She see me. That's the reason that the music got louder. That's rude. How could she be so rude to me? I mean, we spent all this time together. Yes, I may have disrespected her and cheated on her and slapped her and pushed her down the steps and put her in the hospital a couple of times, talked bad to her parents and killed her dog. However, don't she feel like she owes me some type of respect? I mean, come on. I did pay her car note twice. That's her people. People. They wanting something to happen to her. Judgment was like, no. I'm gonna give her judgment, all right. I'm giving her a gift. I'm giving her a gift. Shit. What's that? Somebody like, damn, I feel like I just got slapped in my head by spirit. I'm almost finished, Sasha. What's the message, Spirit? What's the message? What is the message? Anything else? Thank you. Somebody just know they did a little bit too much. This is what you call doing way too much. This is what you call overkill. This is what you call all that shit that you done did is coming right back on you. Them ships is coming in. Them ships is coming in. Everything that person worked on is coming back. They were sowing seeds. They were sowing and sowing and sowing and sowing and sowing. And now the harvest is here. And they singing that song. I want to be saved. He goes, zigga, zigga, zigga. I want to be saved. My dog is looking at me like, what? What? Oh, goodness. We'll do one more deck because I can tell she's getting a little. The magician. Somebody, they thought that they could do it. Somebody purposely thought that they could do some type of tricks on your family, on your legacy, on your heritage. They really thought that they could do it. And now the same person is riddled with guilt. This same person can't sleep at night. This same person is just a hot mess because they're thinking about you. They're thinking about the past. They're thinking about, you know what, how this person should have had some type of emotional maturity, but instead didn't. They saw everything except for what was important. And now it's too late because the one thing that they thought was never going to end has ended and something else has begun. They want to travel towards you, but this person, they feel like they're trapped and they're in regret because they understand everything that they brought towards you. And no matter what they tried to take you through, you survived. Not only did you survive, but you stood tall. You accomplished your goal. You did the damn thing. You got down, and that's why you wear that crown. Each time this person did this erratic shit, somebody still was honest with him and talked with him, communicated with him, but still could see exactly what he was talking about, or she, and going through. This person didn't know that all that shit that they was concocting, all that shit they was doing, yeah, it was building up something already, but it was building up all that shit up underneath the surface that they didn't realize whenever it grew, it was going to grow and it was going to explode on them. Y'all, let me put my dog outside. Come here, Sasha. Let's go out back. Come on. Let's go. Come on. Come on. This way. This way. I can't take you for a walk right now. Come on. Girl, come on. She liked to put on her little doggy tennis shoes and go for a walk. These are the cutest little things. The cutest little things. But it's like 100 and something degrees. Ain't nobody trying to walk out in that. Nobody I know. Now she about to get wild. What's the message? Thank you. Yeah, somebody didn't see that somebody else was trying to do this mind control fuck shit. Confirmation. They didn't see that. Confirmation. Now they want deliverance from trying to hang out from the crowd. Now they want to be free. Now that they see that all those swords, you walked away from all those swords that they thought that you was just going to comfortably house. I don't know who would think that shit. Somebody who thought that somebody didn't love themselves. That's only them. It's nobody with this address. Nobody over here. Telling you somebody wants some healing. Now they want to be healed because they allowed the devil to give them these pie in the sky dreams, like if you do it like this and this and that, I'm gonna make sure that this and that and the other. It's not happening like that. Hold on a second. Let me put her in her kennel. Now she getting on my nerves. Hey! I should have had me a set of quadruplets. Confirmation, shit, it'd been easier. Somebody is worried. I'm telling you, they cannot sleep at night. Their face is literally in their hands because they are thinking about you. They're thinking about everything that you've done, how far you've grown, and everything else, and how they just refuse to give you any flowers, and how they've been acting an ass, not just a regular ass, but a motherfucking ass for a long time. For a long time. As far back as they can remember. Now they see clearly who was possibly doing what. Someone understands now that maybe this wasn't a person, maybe this was a warlock just in people's clothes. Someone who thought that they knew so much, now all of a sudden trying to do some homework, trying to Google some shit. And now they're realizing, wait a minute, they was part of the problem. Just because they chose to be ignorant instead of Googling this shit the first fucking time. Especially since Google is free. Hi, Earth sign. How are you? Mm-hmm. Now somebody's planning something, planning to either maybe travel to go see this King of Pentacles or father figure or something. You know, somebody's planning something, but they have these regrets because of who they felt like, you know, they followed. They wasn't following the emperor and the upright. They was following the emperor and the reverse. Now somebody's understanding it. They got themselves in this shit, and they should have been confirmation. Not only did they get themselves in this shit, but they should have been more aware. Now they feel trapped. They feel trapped because of what can come out about this person. Because this person, you know, they wanted it to make it seem like they was all of this and all of that, this upstanding, you know, law-abiding, you know, person that helps old ladies across the street. But shit, they don't want this person to find out that there was a motherfucker who was pushing old ladies down in the street, threatening them, you know, taking their purse and their social security checks, you know, hitting old men and shit like that, you know, slapping kids, kicking dogs, you know, hitting pregnant women, you know, trying to encourage men to cheat on their wives and shit. You know, this is that person. That he don't want somebody else, he or she don't want somebody else to see them as who's who they truly are. And see, they fucked themselves up because they didn't realize that the same person that they're going to go travel to go see sees you as this. Someone who's independent, who's self-sufficient, who's happy as a motherfucker, who ain't got no problem showing somebody her bird, showing somebody the bird. And this is somebody who they feel is got to be an earth angel. This is somebody who they should have given to, but you know what, instead they walked away from. So you can't say nothing bad about this person to this King of Pentacles. But this person is afraid this King of Pentacles is going to find out about them. Like somebody's about to drop the dime and say, oh, who are you messing with? Who you think you're doing? No. Let me tell you about the one that we know from way back long time ago. See, somebody don't want that issues with loyalty, honesty, trust, you know, that shit to come to light. They don't want to see that, you know, you was following somebody else's lead instead of your own or something like that. Somebody was following somebody else's lead instead of their own. They don't want them to see that. How somebody was defensive against the one they were supposed to be protective of. Somebody was supposed to protect this one, but instead they was trying to be defensive against that one. See, somebody didn't think that 8-8, you know, that Lion's Gate portal was gonna open. That motherfucker opened, swallowing the motherfucker up. All you hear is this incredible sucker noise. And somebody wondering, damn, what can they do to stop the cycle? What can they do so they don't get all burnt up and crispy and shit like that? Well, it's too damn late because somebody decided not to follow their own intuition. So what you trying to do now? Now somebody think that they can lay it on thick. They can lay it on thicker than that lemon icing on that lemon cake, that thick shit. But they know that shit is not gonna fly because somebody gonna be like, are you feeling okay? What the fuck are you treating me like this? This is not you. I don't know who you are. If you don't get up out my face, this is not how you act. I'm so wait. How come you ain't tried to gut punch me yet? Normally you would have tried to hit me, slap me, gut punch me, pinch me, something already. Are you okay? Because this is not you. See, somebody don't want to be called out. They don't want somebody to say this is who this person truly is at home. Because once again, somebody's thinking that all this shit that they done did is still underneath the carpet, underneath being hidden underneath the rug. Mm-mm. Somebody ain't got a problem bringing all that shit to light, talking about some who they were, who started what, who was at the head of it, and all this other commotion and shit behind them. Now somebody want to be like, damn, I should have accepted the truth when the truth is there. I should have looked at shit different. I should have went the other way. I should have did this. I should have that. I should have, woulda, coulda, but I didn't. And they afraid because they know Archangel Michael is coming down, pulling up on a motorcycle with the riding boots on. They don't mind that part. They just don't like who's riding behind them. Riding as the passenger. And that's karma. And she bringing a sword. That's sword of truth. Mm-hmm. So things about to go in your favor. With someone else, they're going to have to reprogram themselves. They're going to have to think about what's truly going on and what's truly important. And why you would have them blocked. Why you would have them at a distance. Maybe they didn't really understand what the value of a person was over the value of $1. Yeah, somebody don't want that King of Pentacles, because that King of Pentacles is big on loyalty, boy. They are big on loyalty. And if you ain't got no loyalty, you can get the fuck on. Don't nobody want that headache. Don't nobody need that shit. If you ain't got loyalty for that King of Pentacles, you can get the fuck on. What's the message? Hey, Earth sign, how are you? Mm-hmm. Someone is thinking about how much stress they put on this relationship because they decided to act like a fool. Like they didn't have no responsibility, especially after they found out the truth. That's the whole kicker killer. That was the straw. That was the straw that broke the camel's back. Someone is understanding that they're realizing that was the straw that broke the camel's back. Now they're seeing, now that camel's back has been broken, all of a sudden, someone thought that they had all the rides in the world because they was going to lead them to all the water in the world. Not at all. What someone set themselves up for was that well ran dry. All they had to do was just accept the truth. All they had to do was not try to throw up that last little magic trick, that last little curse, that last little arrow into that heart. And now once again, they find that was that straw. That was the last straw. Anything else, Spirit? Someone's getting nervous. I can feel it. They just need to breathe. Because they're thinking about, the type of person that you are, that earth angel. And they think about how giving that you are. This is why this person is having a problem. Because it's like, when they sit there and they think about it all, they're like, oh my gosh. They think I had it all. I had it all, but I wasn't satisfied and had to go gossip, lie, run, tell that, do this, do that. And instead of me appreciating what I had, I acted like it was nothing. I acted like it was nothing. Anything else, Spirit? Hey, Kay Savage, how are you? Yeah. Yeah, somebody knows the truth too. It's like you walked away. Yep, you walked away. It's like somebody had some that you knew that they had some false little group that they're working towards some secret group or whatever. But sometimes people somebody had to realize you was fine by yourself. That you decided it was time for you to pull back. That you decided it was time for you to pull back from everything, including those memories. That you hold them close to your heart, hold them dear, but you're done. You're done. Anything else? Boy, I gotta take my dog outside. She don't like to go outside unless I'm out there. She's like, she don't want to bake unless I'm baking too. Yeah, somebody wants to bring an apology to you. They want to bring you some gift. They don't know how, but they want to. They want to bring you a heartfelt apology. They want to start over. They want to bring you something solid. They're thinking about this. This is not just, but this is somebody that because they want to close this cycle. They want to close this cycle. Somebody finally did some research and they understand about mind manipulation. That yes, it can happen to them. And that what, they're realizing that you this is what you are to them. Very thoughtful, very insightful, very loving, very wise, very spiritual, very connected. And this is what they thought of you initially. And now that they can't believe this, how they even brought this heartache to you. This is them imagining you like with them, if this is like a mother-child situation, them imagining everything that you went through, just feeling that shame, that guilt, that misery, as they should. Little spoiled ass. We'll do one more. Just we'll do three cards from this deck. Bottom of the deck. Oh gosh, 10 of Wands. Yeah, somebody's really feeling down about them. This Emperor. They're feeling really, really, really down. Mm-hmm. They're feeling like a pile of stinky doo-doo. What's the message? Okay. I said 3, but we got 30. We'll roll with it. Yeah. Because see, everyone can see exactly what this emperor was doing. Or this emperor sees everything clearly now and wants to complete this cycle, wants to put some stuff behind. Because somebody in the family, I'm telling you, somebody in the family was not using their intuition. Actually, I feel like this high priestess should have been in the upright, even though when it fell, when I'm trying to think whenever I was picking it up, how I picked it up. Because I kind of feel like this emperor is clear now of this information, that they received, that this person, that there's like this high priestess in this family, who's completed these cycles, and this is the one who is carrying on the family legacy. It's like it's come to this person's realization that, all of this shit, whereas this person shouldn't have been trying to bring no smoke. This person should have been trying to bring nothing but love. Nothing but love, and trying to shield this person from the world, because this person was a star. This person is here to break generational curses. This person is a great mother, but for whatever reason somebody decided that they wanted to get in between that person and their child. They wanted to create some type of magic that created some type of disruption. Hmm. But see, this person was doing all this, not being able to see into the future how the shit was going to end up. And now they see how the shit ended up with their family, and they are bound. And that's why they want this healing from this black magic, because it's coming back. It's coming back on them. All right, y'all. I'm gonna leave it right there. Take my little dog outside. Oh. And thank you so very much for hanging out with me. I really do appreciate it. I hope I didn't miss anybody. Hey, J Mike. Not sure if I missed anybody. I hope I didn't. But thank you so very much. Thank God tomorrow is just Sunday, so I have a whole nother day. So I'll be recording tomorrow too. I look forward to seeing you, and have a good evening. All right. All right. Love you too, Deborah. Thank you so very much. And I'll see y'all soon. Good night.